Not making decisions usually costs you way more than making the decision and pivoting and adjusting as you go. Because usually we think that where there's a fear of making the wrong one, or we feel that we're not ready, we don't have all of our ducks in a row, we're not totally prepared. But if you wait until you're completely prepared or you're completely ready, then the problem with that is you're not going to be able to perform when you're underprepared. You'll only be able to perform under the most perfect conditions. And so to train yourself to be able to perform under not so great conditions or imperfect conditions, you have to get started even when things in your mind feel like it's not lined up perfectly. You're not 100% ready to go. You usually end up getting less of what you do want and more of what you don't want. It's called decision debt, that there is a cost to it. And so moving forward, even when you're not 100% ready, is going to give you some momentum and some fuel to help you get moving in the direction. You learn as you go. Most of the time, you just learn as you go. Sometimes people ask me, how did I get started in all of this? Well, I just got started. That's really what you do. You just get started. You start making moves towards that self that you want to be, in the direction that you want to go. You start making just, whether it's little moves or big moves, you just start making those moves. You want to make sure that you are focusing on one or two big tasks at one time, because if you're dabbling in so many different things, the problem is you're going from 0 to 1 way too many times, and you're not taking any of those endeavors or businesses or ideas to their fullest potential, because you have too many things going on at one time. And if you're trying to do too many things at one time, you're just treading water. You're not really making a dent or an impact. This is why if you're trying to get out of debt, you focus it all on one area, one credit card, one thing first, instead of a little on everything and a little at a time. A little at a time takes you a very long time. Big moves will give you big results. The other reasons why you have to get started is because your identity changes as you make these moves. You're literally trying to create a new identity. Not a new person, not a new you, but you're working on getting rid of the old things that no longer serve you, in a new self-image, so that new person is now aligned with those things that you want. And in order to do that, you have to actively engage in the process of doing so. You can't just write it down, you can't just think about it. Those are two important steps, but the biggest step that's going to make the results is the action. Little action, even action when you're not prepared, is going to help you build consistency, and consistency is going to fuel the discipline, and the discipline is going to give you momentum, and the momentum is going to start giving you results, because it's going to compound on each other day after day, move after move. I've said before, it's not a glamorous thing. It's little things done daily over time, day after day after day after day. There's a process of like a training ground that you're going through, that you're going to go through, where it's not a beautiful process, because you're creating a foundation during that process. Foundation just might be you showing up when you don't feel like it. It might be you just walking when you need some activity but you can't get to the gym. It might be just doing something to keep the momentum going, keep the systems going, creating that new kind of environment, creating the new routines and the new processes. You're rewiring your brain to do things different. So you have to start engaging in it physically, getting spiritually involved in it, being day in and day out, going after what it is that you want to change and how you want to see yourself. Because the longer you wait, the longer it's going to take. The more you wait for the perfect time, the harder it is going to be to accomplish anything. Because as the time passes, you could have used that 4 months or 3 months or 6 months when you felt like, oh, I'm not really ready. That could have been your training ground. You can archive videos. Like, you can say, oh, that video wasn't really good, and archive it, but at least you got in front of the camera. At least you learned. Some of my first videos of design, I mean, my camera was all over the place. I didn't really get the glide thing down. The lighting wasn't good. There was clutter everywhere. But it was part of the process for me to become and for me to grow. It's a becoming process. It's a developmenting, you're developing yourself in areas by actively engaging in those areas. You want to see who you are without the clutter. You want to see who you are. Who am I without all of this weight? Who am I without this drama? Who am I without drinking? Who am I without debt? Who am I without, needing substances or needing, whatever? Who am I without these things? And finding out what you're actually capable of doing and who you are is a game changer. You will never know how strong you are until you start building strength. You will never know. I remember the first time I saw my abs. It might seem like, oh, that's so superficial. No, it's not. Because the first time you see what is underneath all of the fat, you start putting that into perspective with everything. Underneath the debt, underneath the car payments, underneath the mortgage payment. Who am I without all of this weight, physical weight, spiritual weight, debt, friendships that drag me down, family drama? Who am I without all this? And when you start feeling free, and when you start living in freedom, and when you start being able to make decisions with clarity, not with the pressures or with the obligation of being or performing or having to live a certain way, you realize, I don't need to live this way. I don't need to be this way. I can be better. I can look better. I can live in freedom. Really started getting into weight training. I realized that cardio is great, but all it does is give you a smaller version of yourself. Weight training literally transforms your body. It transformed my jawline, my skin, my hair started growing. It transformed the shape of my body. I could pick up things. I slept better. I mean, I literally had no joint pain. It helped my gut issues. That one thing, switching from doing cardio on an elliptical to actually doing weights, transformed my life in so many ways. Transforming to clean eating from eating out is a game changer, life changer. It transforms your pocketbook. It transforms how you feel, how you think. You will think clearer when you eat better. You will think clearer when you start tapping into simple things, and you will move with clarity and discernment, and you'll be like, man, I could have made. You just got to get started. I mean, it's never too late, but don't wait. Don't wait until till it's a crisis. Don't wait till you have to deal with those things. Get started now, and start with the process of elimination. Eliminate the crap, eliminate the garbage, the junk food, the friends that are toxic, eliminate the eating out, the drinking, cut up those credit cards, close those accounts. Do what you have to do now so you can become that person later, sooner than later. You're pulling that future self to the present. Live in indecision your whole life. Indecision is a chaotic state. It's fuzzy. There's so much, am I doing this? Should I do that? Should I get rid of this? Should I keep it? It's a chaotic state for your body, for your mind, for your nervous system. You're not clear on whether you should go or stay or leave or this or that. Make a decision and move forward in that decision. You can always adjust, and no decision is like 100% permanent unless you're chopping off your breasts or something, because you want to change your identity. Okay, that might be permanent, but most of these decisions in life are not permanent. So don't be drastic and be like, I'm doing this, and you can never go back. Most decisions you can adjust as you go. You can sell your house, you can buy a house, you can move states, you can decide to homeschool or not homeschool. You go to college, you say, I don't want to do this. Okay, you can color your hair or not color your hair. You can always open up a credit card if you're like, I really want debt. I really want to be back in debt now that I've lived in freedom. Give yourself the opportunity to live in a way that seems so far-fetched, but it's really not. Give yourself that opportunity to live in freedom. Get out of the system, simplify your life, and start living in freedom.